Alright, this is Benji from Team Legacy Invaders, and I'm here with DC Turbo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel AMINO.
Yo, what's up?
And I'm also here with Gazan.
Hey.
Alright, and they're going to be commentating a duel I did. I don't really want to commentate my own duel. But it's myself playing Pure Infernoids against Ushizaki playing Phantom Knight Shaddolls. Alright, we're going to get this show on the road.
Alright, so Phantom Knights versus Shaddolls. Pure Phantom Knight Shaddolls versus Infernoids. What do you think of this matchup?
Well, I've actually never seen Shaddolls and Phantom Knights put together into the same deck, but I know Phantom Knights have been splashed into a lot of decks lately, and I think they can work really well with the consistency. Infernoids, I'm not sure, they were quite neutered with the last ban list, with Reasoning being hit to 1 is the biggest hit of the deck.
Yeah,
unfortunately, to see what they can do.
Yeah, unfortunately, with Reasoning and Monster Gate to 1, the deck has kind of suffered.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to open up with Void Banishment, which is going to let him search an Infernoid spell or trap. And he starts off with Seismus, which can... So he's going to attack with Seismus and be able to banish a card.
But I guess in this case, nothing really to banish.
Yeah, the only thing he can really banish is that Hedgehog, but...
That's already been destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I can't see why he's running more than 40 cards unless this really something he wants to... Unless he really wants to get more of his stuff in the graveyard. There's a way he can somehow build a lot of his Infernoids.
It's most likely because he also wants to, not always draw into just Infernoids with every hand. That's my guess. Alright, so he's going to bring out the usual Phantom Knight duo and go into Breaksword.
Hog itself, okay. And in this case, I think he's going to go into Dark Rebellion and somehow beat over the Setsumis.
Right. So yeah, it's going to be the usual thing. Oh.
No, so now he's our target, so he's going to banish his target. That's what I saw coming, actually. So he can bring back the Breaksword.
Seismus is going to banish himself and get rid of one of the Phantom Knights. Alright.
Fusion.
So out comes Shadow Fusion, and he's most definitely going to bring out Winda. And there goes Void Banishment with that Shadow Dragon in the grave.
Sorry, everybody, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Video's just buffering a little bit.
All right. Are you at the same place?
Not yet. Just keep going for now.
All right.
I'll get with you in a second.
So he set a Breaksword, and he has a window, which means neither of the two can really splash special summon more than once, which can work, which can sort of be a double-edged sword in either player's favors, but we'll see.
All right, so let me know what time you're at, and I'll go there.
All right, time is 3:15. So he sends Void Imagination to bring out Tierra, which is going to let him, which is going to allow him to send Infernoids from his deck to his graveyard. Now, because he's set 6, he's going to be able to get rid of monsters from his extra deck or more.
Alright, this is the first time I've seen the Infernoid Fusion being thrown out. Let's see.
It's mostly a big beater that has different effects depending on how many Infernoids you send to the graveyard with Imagination.
So in this case, I think he sent around 5.
Yeah.
Decks the graveyard. Oh, did it say? I think it said each player mills 3 cards. That actually might benefit the Shaddolls internet player if he gets the right mills.
Yeah, and he does have that set back row card that Benji has to worry about.
Oh man, what if he mills a Shaddolls Beast or Shaddolls Hedgehog and gets all his searches off?
Right.
This,
So he's going to send cards from both his extra and his deck to the grave.
There it is. There's the triple, the double beast of Falco. He's going to give him some advantage off here.
Yep. Unfortunately for Ushi, the graveyard is where Shaddolls want to go. So Tierra's milling effects went in Ushi's favor.
Actually, didn't get to see what Benji milled.
Fogblade. Oh, and he pulls out the Twin Twister, which means Fogblade will not resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Tierra will be able to get rid of that Falco. So he did not destroy Winda, but it may work in Benji's favor since Winda's effect affects the whole field on both sides.
Mm-hmm. So he didn't shuffle back the Fog Blade, so he gets no summon this turn.
Right.
Last turn before he finishes his turn.
So Benji has only that Tierra, while Ushi has that whole hand of cards. So I am curious. Another
piece. The Shaddolls fusion and since deck as materials. The only thing is he can only actually get off one summon if he's able to get rid of the Winda.
Yeah, that's the issue with Winda. Ushi will only be able to bring out one summon.
So somehow get rid of his Winda. If he has a beast in hand, he could possibly tribute the Winda, which could be an option.
Right, and then get an extra card from Beast effect.
Mm-hmm. Well, Beast, I'm not sure if Beast gets the effect there.
All right,
he's going to go with another Winda.
Another Winda.
I'm not sure what he's going to do now.
He could possibly go into a rank 5.
Thing is, I don't think he can go into a rank 5 with Winda's lock effect.
Of course.
The Winda counts itself as its summon as well.
The
Winda was on the field.
It is a possibility, but like you said, Ushi used his only one summon since Winda's on the board.
So I think he's going to try to generate card advantage for now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he made 2 Windows. He's just going to pass there.
So he searches a Fog Blade and sets a card, so unfortunately that's all Ushi can do.
Yeah, life point count is still 8,000 on turn 6. How much damage might be done this turn?
Yeah, yeah, very likely, especially with that Tierra.
See, he's going to probably shuffle back one of the Phantom Knight cards with Omega.
Yeah, most likely.
He's going to shuffle back the Shaddolls fusion. That's good choice.
Yeah, that way he won't be able to get it back.
Oh, but it's still attack the sack card. Okay, and now I'm kind of questioning his move there. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, so now Squamata.
So
it's the fact.
Unfortunately, Benji's going to lose that Tierra because of Squamata. However, he did not special summon at all yet, so he can still bring out another body on the board. But he still has that Fog Blade set in his back row. So.
He can use all 3 Omega, so that's what he melded as an extra deck, so he can shuffle back the recycled targets.
So he's going to shuffle back Fusion to again stop Ushi from getting it out. All right.
Okay, so he doesn't show it there.
And he brings out Inuku, which
doesn't get its effect because it won't work.
Yeah, unfortunately, Inuku will not be able to get rid of the windows, but it doesn't really matter because Inuku is a 3K beater compared to Winda, so
see how. Oh, he's just gonna pass. Okay, he doesn't have an M2 3000.
Yeah, unfortunately, with Winda's effect, he can't do much. So he finally gets rid of one of the windows.
First damage taken there. Let's see what he does. He's just gone to battle. I guess he's trying to recover a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely.
He does have a lot of resources in grave right now. I
Yeah,
don't know what she's trying to use in his hand. He has 3 cards in hand and 1 set card, which could possibly be a Sinister Shadow Games.
or
That
possibly
could.
Fogblade.
Fogblade is. Oh, yes, Fogblade.
Yeah,
Fogblade is more likely because he did search that.
yeah, he did search that prior. So he's gonna flip up Falco, which is gonna allow him to special summon any of his Shaddolls monsters.
He's going to bring back Winda again. Winda is now back into instant defense.
I was thinking he might bring back Beast just to get like extra draw power, but
Yeah, I think I would have chosen that over the Winda because
Yeah,
I already have
I think Beast would have been a better choice just to get the draw power. So Benji's gonna set Void Imagination, which is gonna reduce Anuku's level to 1, effectively removing the level cap the Infernoids have.
Mm-hmm. Now we can get a lot of damage off here. That's on board. It can do a lot of damage.
But unfortunately, due to Void Imagination's effect, Benji will only be able to do half damage. But again, at least he'll be able to get rid of some of Ushi's resources with Sistemus on the field.
So Winter does not have Chargus in grave because they were shuffled back with Omega. And then I think Septimus will banish the other Winda, and that will bring back. Oh, guess not, because Fogblade is going to just.
He's going to bring out the Fogblade.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
All right.
Tribute it. Negate. Okay, yes. There we go. There's an option. Now we can keep going with his play. Now he's going to banish the other Winda.
So now
I think he'll banish the other window, or he can banish the face down card, which could be another possible option.
Yeah, he could. I think he would probably banish Falco since Falco can just like bring back a Shaddolls from a graveyard. So that's probably my guess he would go for.
He could, but the thing is now he would have to flip down the Shaddolls Falco.
Oh, he gets rid of the Phantom Knight.
So I think Falco's pretty much useless now, unless he's somehow able to flip it back down. There's no other options.
So he's gonna.
He keeps sending cards. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I'm not sure what he's doing actually. Ushi seems to be on the defensive side now.
Yeah, unfortunately with Winda, Ushi can't really do anything.
I guess he has to wait till.
Oh, Deviati comes, and he's gonna get rid of the Stormy Miracle.
What is that, a lot of damage actually?
And with Deviati will be able to negate and banish a monster effect. So
this will banish the other Falco.
There it is.
Good choice there. I think he wants to. He doesn't want to destroy the window because he wants to generate more advantage. In this case, if Winda's there, there you go. There's the surrender. So yeah, Winda locks himself out.
Yeah, so basically Benji managed to use Ushi's Winda against him, which is very solid.
That didn't work out in his favor.
Yeah,
Ushi seemed to be on the defensive side for most of the duel.
All right, so now we move on to game 2. Let's see.
There is siding in here. What do you think they possibly could side against each other here?
Well, for Infernoids, cards like Imperial Iron Wall will definitely shut him down, but it could also hurt Ushi because of cards like Phantom Knights, which banish themselves. So, or he might. That's as far as I can think of for Infernoids. But
Infernoids are fire, right?
Yes, Infernoids are fire.
Okay, so Shadow Imprisoning is also a possible option.
Yeah. Shadow Imprisoning can also work in Benji's favor.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Emperor Iron Wall would do a lot of damage to actually both of them because both of them do a lot of vanishing.
Yeah, but it would but it would completely shut down Benji since Infernoids have to banish stuff to get out. So Ushi's gonna go into Winda again. And he's going to be able to get extra draw power with Shaddolls Beast in the graveyard. Now, I am curious how Ushi will do in this round because the last round because in the last round his Winda ended up being worked against him. So I am curious on how he will do against it.
Let's see if he figures out. He could try to find ways to out the Winda himself. It's kind of like when you're under your own vanities lock.
Yeah.
You don't know. You have to find a way to out your own vanities emptiness because at that point you kind of locked yourself out as well. Because I find I have that problem too when I'm running vanities emptiness in any of my decks. I have to find ways to somehow send something to the grave and out it on my turn.
Yeah, that's the issue with running card. That's an issue that some people can run into when running cards like Vanities or Winda. And he's gonna bring out Degatron, which is gonna allow him to send an Infernoid to the graveyard and inherit its effect.
I actually haven't seen this one.
And Degatron also gains level equal to the Infernoid he sent. So he's gonna shuffle back Ushi's set card, which is most likely a Shaddolls monster. And once again Benji is most likely using Ushi's Winda against him. All right, he banishes Shaddolls Fusion, which will stop Ushi from getting it back.
Oh no! Did he do that on damage check? Doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah, unfortunately, Seismos is gonna go.
I guess he did that on damage check because then I think he could have been able to if he did on declaration, he was able to trigger to banish another card.
Yeah. So he brings out the Rhoda and searches Armageddon Knight.
Armageddon Knight. This is I haven't seen this in Shaddolls or Phantom Knight decks actually. We'll see what he sends. I'm actually curious to see what they would send. Okay, so Silent Booze is sent to the graveyard. We'll give it another search.
Yeah, Armageddon Knight is not a bad choice for a deck like Shaddolls Phantom Knights because they can.
Now I found his option. He could actually blade his own Winda to negate his effect and allow him to special summon as many times as he wants on his turn. One time, so possible options: he can go into Breaksword and pop his own Fog Blade if he wants on his opponent's turn. He will be back in the Winda lock. So that's a possible play I can see coming from Ushi over on the side.
So now Ushi has the lead this time with Winda, who's now boosted to 3K thanks to Breaksword. All right, let's see what. So he's gonna bring back Seismos. Now, most likely, he's gonna want to have to banish something on the field. My guess is probably most likely that Breaksword or most likely get over Winda.
You might try to Winda, and the back row could be an option too. You might consider the back row.
Oh,
but you just went into the Fog
Blade.
Blade.
Fog Blade. However, based on the last match, there it is, Twin Twister, which means Fog Blade will not resolve again.
There we go. Both of them are destroyed. Now he's able to get over the Winda. But the attack goes through and he's able to banish.
Yep, he'll be able to get rid of something from Ushi's grave. And unfortunately, he gets rid of the Winda.
There's one back row. Which could be else.
I was thinking Benji might keep Winda on the board just to play it against Ushi, but not this time.
Yeah, I guess at this point he thinks he has more advantage.
Yeah.
And also, banishing Winda, you can't get it back with Falco. At that point, you're pretty much set.
Yeah, but with Winda gone, Ushi is now free to special summon as much as he pleases. So he goes up Foglet.
So I think honestly that you should have attacked first instead. Knowing that the Fogblade could have been an option, I think it would have changed the Void Seer to the Fogblade, and that would have been a lot better.
I don't. In the end, it doesn't really matter because Void Seer will just make Sisymus immune to his back row.
Oh, is it still target anyway? I think did he chain the Fogblade to Seer?
He chained Void Seer to Fogblade. So yeah.
Oh, okay, then that's okay. I thought I saw
So unfortunately,
Fogblade being chained to Seer.
Right. So unfortunately, Ushi is going to pass, which means Benji is going to be able to put out some damage. He brings out Void Banishment, but he doesn't do anything yet. So
I only see 4 cards in the grave. I don't think he can make anything at this point.
Yeah, I don't think he can really do anything yet.
It's in the set 2.
All right. So he's just gonna set 2 cards and go for a Void Launch.
Oh, I haven't seen this card. Is this card out right now? I guess it's slow because of his trap. Mm-hmm.
So basically, he'll be able to send two Infernoid monsters to his graveyard.
Yeah. The thing is, I actually haven't seen that card played before. That is not fast enough to play in the deck.
I mean, I'd imagine since it's a trap, so it tends to be a bit slower, and then on the same time, since most people tend to mill with Infernoids, most likely it would. I don't really like seeing it being used often, and he brings out Deviati, which is only going to get Fogblade, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Fogblade seems to be coming up a large amount of times with Ushi there.
So unfortunately, Deviati will not be able to get out the Heavy Storm effect. Nor will he be able to negate Falco's effect.
Yeah, at this point he can't because Falco's target will just be banished by Sisymus.
Right.
It looks like Ushi has scooped that game.
Yeah.
It goes to Benji.
Yeah, it was actually worse off for Ushi than it even seemed because Deviati can still tribute itself as cost.
Oh, can it?
Yeah, as a cost.
I don't think it can resolve on the field.
You're correct, but by tributing itself as cost, it wouldn't be on the field, so it could still negate a monster effect.
Right.
But only if it tributes itself.
And then with both Sisymus and Deviati, you'd just be able to banish 2 of Ushi's resources.
Correct.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've valored Speedroid Ticket's Homburg, and it's not able to get its effect.
Well, that's because it was still on the field. Because this is like a Fiendish Chain, you know? It needs to be on the monster. It only affects monsters on the field.
Okay.
It's continuous. But,
so once it hits the grave, it doesn't even resolve anymore.
Exactly.
So there's no longer target.
So for some reason, I summon Deviati under Skill Drain and find a way to tribute it, maybe with the Sights Moss's cost. I can still, like, blow up all spells and trap cards.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so anyways, thanks for commentating my duel, guys, since I couldn't really do it myself.
Yeah, this was an interesting match, seeing Shaddolls and Infernoids going at each other, but unfortunately, the favor might have been more towards Infernoids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just being able to mess with the graveyard gives me an edge over a lot of unusual decks.
Yeah, a lot of decks like that do have a disadvantage against decks that can banish a lot of the resources.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shaddolls and Phantom Knights just did not do well with the banishing effects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For Shaddolls and Phantom Knights, I did not think that those 2 decks could work well together.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool combo.
I didn't really expect Shaddolls and Phantom Knights because most of the time I would expect like something like other attributes tossed in, so they would be able to summon more than just Winda. But other than that, it was an interesting deck to see.
Well, I hear Ushi actually plays this deck in the the elemental dueling section.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually a pure dark deck.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Similarly,
Great point,
there was an elemental tournament on AMINO I played in using this deck because it's pure fire.
Right. Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see the post on that.
Yeah,
I was
I won
originally
that.
in the deck.
All
I
right.
was originally in the hero dueling.
Yeah.
Works. It can work.
All right.
All right.
So this is going to wrap up this duel. Everyone's profiles on AMINO will be down in the description box below. If you guys like what you saw, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.